Hello, Mom and Dad. This little short video is to celebrate your 30th anniversary. Nothing big, but we had the family members, some of the family members, not all of them, but write a little bit about what they loved about your marriage. The first one is from Stevie. She says, "A story of what I love about your parents' marriage. I will always remember when we were little and down at the lake in the summer on the weekends. At breakfast every morning, your mom would be bustling around trying to make this wonderful breakfast for everyone, and your dad would follow her around like a little puppy. He would alternate grabbing her butt and sneaking bacon off the plate when she wasn't looking. Either way, she would just scream, 'Tommy!' I love that about your parents, their joint ability to show their affections for each other in public." From Aunt Judy. "Dear Tom and Kathy, Mallory says that we need to write and let you know what we love about your marriage. I feel a little weird, but I will dig. First and foremost, and generally speaking, what I love most about both of my sisters' marriages are the two men that they both brought into my life. Without these marriages, I would not have these two men. I could not love my brother-in-laws more if they were real Sutherland brothers. That is a huge blessing in my life. Now, what I love about Tom and Kathy's marriage, I love that they are real, true examples of what marriage is about. For them to make it through everything they went through during the bad times and still be able to stick it out is amazing. Although I know that Mr. Fun and I would have made it probably a little smoother than they did, okay, maybe the same as they did, I love that Kathy loves Tom enough to stay in his face all the time about what he eats, and it is really only so that he will keep his health. I love that they are both thoughtful of other people together. I love that I can tell that Tom is proud of the work Kathy does for her charities, even though he gripes about her being gone too much. I love that I can tell that Tom is going to give in on the new dog because Kathy wants one so bad, and she will feel safer with Big Fidoette. I love that they are fun together and we can all have a good time together." Okay, I can think of more good junk, but I have to hurry up and sign up for a Pet Perks card at PetSmart before I go pick up Tootsie. Happy 30th anniversary. I love you both, Judy. From Heather. "Ever since I was little, I have noticed how much your parents can't get enough of each other. I remember being probably about 12 or so and we were walking somewhere and they were holding hands. I thought, I didn't know that people that age held hands while they walked anymore. It was really cute." From Aunt Pam. Mal. "The fondest memories I have of your parents was when your father became a believer. He was so open to hearing about the Lord and asked a lot of questions of Bob and I. Your mom had answered many of his questions but needed to bring in the reserves. It was really exciting to see the changes in his life and in their marriage that his growing faith brought about. We are blessed to enjoy our family's company and have really enjoyed traveling with their parents also. My favorite things about Kathy are her generous heart and her love of anything bling. My favorite thing about Tom is that when you ask him what time it is, he says 9:52. Or if you ask him how long it takes to get to Wentzville, he says 27 minutes. In fact, he's probably mentally correcting that estimate as you read this." From Uncle Bob. "I love the interaction between your parents. Your mom with her golden retriever personality always is so sweet to your dad. Ha ha. She obviously loves him so much. I really do like it when she lets her golden retriever come out and she will yell at him. Your dad evaluates a situation and then determines if it is worth having her scream at him or not. Sometimes he will say, I'm gonna hear about this, but it is worth it. They are always there for each other and the love is very evident. I sometimes wonder if they would have as much fun if they were not allowed to talk about food. It really gets funny. I've never met a person who has been on as many diets as your mom has put on your dad. The two of them were good parents and made sure that their children were taken care of in all areas of their life. The other cool thing about your mom and dad is that you know exactly what you're going to get and how they are going to be. They're so predictable. I love them both." From Susie. "When I think of you being together for 30 years, I see Susie's is very inspirational. I see Tom's eyes twinkling and him rubbing Kathy's back as he walks by. I see Kathy putting her arm around Tom's waist, giving him her starry eyes and laughing at how cute he is. I hear laughter from you both, honesty in your voices, and, hard drive. I feel how giving you are. 30 years together with 3 kids, 4, and 5 parents, and yet you keep on giving. You share your time, feelings, energy spent working, worrying, and brainstorming, money, not sparing a dime to ensure all of us are more than taken care of. Remember our wedding? I know I will never forget how generous you were. And of course your strength and convictions. After all you give, you never expect anything in return. You do what you do for all of us because you love us and want the very best in life for us. Very true. Most of all, when I think of you being together for 30 years, I think about the example you are for Adam and me, the commitment you have to one another, how you have stood by each other's side, always supporting, always loving through hardships, sickness, and loss of loved ones. You are the best role models we could ever have. Thank you for being together for 30 years. Just think, 30 down, 30 more to go. I love you, Susie. From Adam, what to say on your 30th wedding anniversary? So I've been around for the majority of your 30 years of marriage, so out of all the testimonials you'll hear, I should have the most insight to the last 30 years of your life. I sat down to write this letter/note, and for about the first 30 minutes, all I wrote about was what we did in the last 30 years. I didn't realize until I got a few paragraphs in that almost everything I had written down revolved around the 3 kids. I went back and deleted it all because this isn't about us. It seems that just about everything I can remember about your marriage for the last 30, what portion I know about, years has absolutely revolved around us kids. The lake house, the vacations, I don't even know how many times I've been to Disneyland. The toys, the ridiculous Christmases, the playroom at Lake Forest, the camps and the road trips to basketball games. Dad, you flew to New York for a game that I played about 15 minutes in. Who does that? The private schooling, paying for college, helping us all start our own lives. Your relationship, your unconditional love, your understanding, your guidance, and your patience have not been given the recognition that they deserved for the last 30 years. We've watched you pick at each other's faults and then look the other way. Dad, you know Mom is going to shop regardless, and Mom, you know Dad is going to keep sneaking bites when you're not looking. We've watched you go through some high times and use those times to pamper us kids, and then go through some low times and handle it better than most could. We have watched you sacrifice your own happiness for ours and not expect anything in return. We've watched you grow to love each other more and watched you create a family. For the last 27 years, you have been telling each of us how proud you are of us. After all this time, I think we can each say that we are proud of you. Staying married for 30 years is the exception, not the rule, and you've made it look so easy. We are each very fortunate to have parents who love each other as much as they love us. I'm sure none of us say it enough, but thank you for everything you've done for us the last 30 years, and we all love you for it. 30 years ago today, the Dow Jones closed at 838. The average income per year was $17,500. Gas was 86 cents a gallon, and people panicked at those high prices. The Sony Walkman came out at $200. Bee Gees and Rod Stewart were at the top of the charts, and most importantly, you got married. I know we're all glad you did. From Grant. Mom and Dad, when I found out that we were doing this video, I knew there was no way to do it without being cheesy, but I'm going to try. 30 years is a long time. You should be proud of yourselves. Not just for the length, but the way you guys did it. You guys have a marriage that everybody wants. You set a great example for us. Look at Adam and Susie. The reason they have a good marriage is because they saw how you're supposed to go about it. We know how to have a good relationship because you showed us how to. I don't think I've ever heard you two fight, except when Mom goes shopping. You're the model marriage. I see the things some of my friends' parents do, and I realize how lucky we really are. I know you may think that you guys did something wrong raising me, but you didn't. I've made mistakes, but it's not your fault. You did what you could, and believe it or not, it worked. You did a fantastic job with all your kids. Happy anniversary, and I know there will be a lot more to come. I love you guys, and thank you for showing us how to do it. 1 minute? 1 minute left in general? Why? Power?
Doesn't YouTube need 10 minutes?
Oh, yeah. Okay, I can edit it.
Okay.
Okay, and then from me, I didn't write this down, but I just wanted to let you guys know that in general, I love your marriage, and I love the example that you've set. The fact that you've been married for 30 years is incredible. And then the fact that I'm absolutely convinced that you're crazy about each other and that you would have it no other way makes it even better. I know that you have eyes only for each other, and how Dad will walk in the room and you'll whisper to me, Mom, isn't he cute? And you'll just kind of giggle, and Dad will always pinch your butt, Mom, and it's just kind of, even though I've been disgusted at times, I really appreciate it and I love it. Dad, most men, at least their eyes watch another woman, and I've never even seen your eyes sway away from Mom when you're always talking about how great she looks and how wonderful she is. And Mom, you're doing the same from Dad, and it has made the hugest impact over the years, and maybe that's why I've been single forever, is because I'm waiting for somebody to be able to experience that with. It's just a huge blessing, and I think one of the other things I appreciate is your ability to laugh at each other and laugh really, really hard. Just the deep, hearty laugh that you can have at each other, with each other. It's just incredible, and you've definitely set an example for us, not only how to love each other, but you love each other, and then there's the family, and you've still made us feel so important. And it's, for me, I appreciate that you put your marriage first, because I want to know that that's stronger, and that sets an example for me, what I want, and I know for Adam and Susie as well, and eventually Grant too. So thank you for that, and thank you for all the support you've given us. It's pretty incredible. The other thing I love is that even though Mom pretends to be the boss, and how she kind of sneaks certain purchases without him knowing, she secretly knows that Dad is the decision maker, and that what he says goes. So that's all. Happy, happy, happy anniversary. Thank you for being married for 30 years. We love you. Mwah.